This is DeWalt's latest plunge router, and I'll tell you what, it's absolutely flipping awesome. We're gonna have a look at it right now. So I bought this router a few weeks ago now. I wanted to use it before I did this video, but I'd seen it for quite a long time. It had been in my Amazon basket, and I finally took the plunge. I bought it with my own money and it wasn't gifted to me. I've been using this old corded plunge router for quite a while now, and it now lives in the router table that I recently made. And if you want to see me make this, it's at the top of your screen right now. This is the DCW620 model, and I got it as a kit. The kit is DCW620H2. There is a link down below for this product. So what I'm going to show you is what I got with this. Obviously, the T-Stack box. The router itself, it came with 2 5-amp power stack batteries and a charger. It comes with a guide. It comes with some other extraction accessories. There's another one there. You've got the centering pin for your base plates. You've got another base plate there. And the difference between this one and the one that's on there is you need to change it onto this one if you want to use the bush, like so. So this has got the screw holes in. This one hasn't. And actually the bottom of this one is a lot bigger. You've got a much bigger open space on this one compared to this one. I've just got a few kitchen worktop cutters in there. They didn't come with it. There is another extraction or cover that goes in the base of the router here. So one has a bigger hole, one has a smaller hole, but we'll get into that in a moment. You got the spanner, or if you're from across the pond, your wrench. Sorry. Other extractor piece. That's my extractor piece. A cap which goes on the top of the unit. Again, we'll look at that in a sec. And we've got a 1/4-inch collet. You've got the 1/2-inch collet, and you also get a 1/4-inch collet, so you can use all your favorite 1/4-inch router bits in this. Now listen, there are a few things that this router has which really makes this stand out from the crowd. And the first thing we're going to look at is the extraction. Now, if you look at the top of the machine here, this part of the plunge mechanism is hollow, and this actually is part of the extraction unit itself. And the extraction comes down into the base, so it's completely built in. So you don't need any extra attachments to this, which are just going to get in the way. That's such a good idea, incorporating extraction into the unit itself. Now you've got all of these pieces here which come with the unit as part of this kit. And this cap, for example, if you're not using this part of the extraction, this cap just goes over the top there. I have used it without the cap on, and it does tend to fly out the top just a little bit. So that's your cap. We'll take that back off for a minute. And then what we've got here is this that you can put in there. It also comes with this swivelly bit. Not quite sure what that's for. I know you can put your DeWalt extractor on there. It probably works really well on there. But in fact, if I take this out, my shop vac fits perfectly in there. And it's got this swivel action as well. So it does allow movement of the pipe, so it's not all in your face. Got these 2 other sections here, but not quite figured out best way to use these yet. So we'll see. If you're doing any trimming or edge molding, then this accessory is absolutely brilliant. It just slots into the base of your unit here, and then as you go along the length of your board, it picks up absolutely everything. Well, everything you can see anyway. And if you're using the guide, this also has its own extraction here. However, usually if you're using this kind of setup, you're probably doing a groove or something like that, and the dust extraction out of a groove isn't fantastic, but having that down there is definitely going to help. But actually, if you're using this to create a rebate or a rabbet, then it's actually going to work quite well. Now, Dewalt have done a really good job on this plunge lock. At the moment, it's freely movable. So what we can do is plunge down, push this button in here, and that will lock into position, absolutely solid. To release it, we just push this down, and then that becomes freely movable again. What we can also do is lock it into position, and without pushing it all the way down, we can just push down with our thumb, release it, and again, that will just lock into any position. Everything is really close to hand here, so the plunge lock is really accessible. And on this side, you've got the on-off button or switch, and then we've got a little safety button here, which we push in, and then the machine will start. It's a soft start, but a really fast stop, which is really good from a health and safety point of view. And I'm just going to turn the speed down a little bit, but you'll also notice this little button here, so we can start the machine, and that will actually keep the machine running. Another health and safety feature that this machine has, which is absolutely fantastic, is anti-rotation. And that means if the router detects any rotational movement, it will shut the motor off. Let's give it a go. I'm going to hold down the power button, and you'll notice that red light's come on right there. I'll release the power button, and it goes off. You just need to give it a few seconds to reset. I like that. I like that a lot. Next to your anti-rotation button right here, we've got a warning light, which is for your overload. So if you're pushing your motor, your router too hard, you're making it struggle, then this is going to come on and let you know, just slow it down a little bit. Also on the side, you'll see your tool connect sign, which means you can Bluetooth it to your vacuum. And then also you've got the standard variable speed control. This Dewalt router feels absolutely fantastic. It's well balanced. It's not top heavy at all. It's got this really smooth plunging action, which I really love. Ergonomic handles, everything is within reach, which just makes it really easy to use. Even the depth control, which is on the other side here. So we've got this rod, which we can adjust up and down. We've got a little indicator on here, which we can move. We can also create some fine adjustment with this screw in the end, or this bolt in the end here. And we can also adjust the set depth gauges here. You've also got some LEDs on the bottom to help see what you're doing. As I said already, I got this as a kit, and I did get these two 5-amp power stack batteries with it. Now you can use your standard battery in there as well. I've got another 5-amp here, but it's not power stack. But I've been recommended that you use the power stack. Dewalt like you to use the power stack. This does use up a lot of power quite quickly, so the advantage of using one of these, it will last just that little bit longer, and apparently it does give you a bit more power, so this will work. But I'm going to stick to the power stack. So this is the Dewalt DCW 620 plunge router. I've got two of these power stack batteries, awesome. Oh, router, awesome. Two batteries. I've got a guide here with extraction. I've got a couple of plates here which go in the top of the base to help improve the extraction, but obviously based on how big a tool you've got in there. They're awesome. I've got a 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch collet, so you can use your 1/4 inch bits in there as well. Fantastic. I've got a load of extraction bits here, which can really help and ensure that you keep your dust down to an absolute minimum. And I believe that Dewalt does say this will extract up to 97% of any dust that you're creating. We've got the charger. We've got the bush, the 30mm worktop bush, and I've got the plate for that somewhere. Where's that plate gone? Oh, it was hiding in the box. There it is. So you can put your bush on your plate and do your kitchen worktops. Centering tool for your plates, and of course your your spanner. Don't forget the T-stack box, so you can stack everything up to your heart's content in the back of your van and not know what tools you got in there because you got so blimmin' many of them. Anyway, would I recommend this tool? Absolutely yes, 100%. I've watched other reviews and a lot of other YouTubers are saying this is one of the best routers they've ever seen. I have used a few and I've got absolutely no issues with this. I love it. I absolutely love it. And that's all I've got to say about it really. Hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, you can leave those down below. I'll do my best to answer them. I'll leave details and links to this router in the description box down below so you can go have a look, check it out. Fantastic. Happy woodworking. See you next time.